Hello everyone. This is lecture number 4, that is numericals on maximum and minimum principal stresses. So we have solved numericals on normal and shear stresses. Now today we are going to discuss about the numericals on maximum and minimum stresses. So here uh, the numericals on this particular point is very simple, because here we are going to use directly the equations. So maximum principal stress sigma 1, we know that it is sigma 1 or sigma max or sigma p1. Formula is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus under root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau x by square. Okay, or here same equation we can write down like this also. Sigma x sigma minimum means here you can write down sigma minimum, and here you can make the negative sign, because only the difference between these two equation is only of sign. Here it is negative for minimum principal stress, and for maximum stress it is positive. That is only the difference. And to find the maximum shear stress, if you know the sigma 1 and 2 or sigma max and sigma minimum, you just take average of that, you will get the maximum stress. So here you can see sigma 1 by sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2, we will get the tau max, or you can use this particular equation also, no problem to use this equation also. Okay, use this equation also. Now today we will discuss about the 2 to 3 numericals. Now you can also find out the angles of the principal planes, okay, on which the principal stresses are acting. So angle of that principal planes are tan 2 theta equal to 2 tau xy upon sigma x minus sigma y. As I told that this is equation is derived from tau is equal to sigma x minus sigma y by 2. Okay, that equation sigma x minus sigma y by 2 minus 2 tau xy upon 2 tau xy into cos of 2 theta. So using that equation we have derived this equation. One principal plane will be at an angle of theta, and second principal one plane will be that angle theta 1 plus 90 degree, means second will act at perpendicular to first one. Okay, so theta 1, after getting suppose theta equal to 20 degree here, so theta 2 will be 20 plus 90, it is 110 degree. Now angle of maximum uh, angle of maximum stress tau xy, same thing again here I have mentioned. Now see the first problem. For the state of stress shown in the figure, determine the principal stresses, planes and maximum shear stress and plane on which they are acting. Sigma x is mentioned, sigma y is mentioned, tau is mentioned. So here you can see sigma x is 48 MPa acting away, sigma y is acting towards element, means it is compressive, it is plus 48, it is minus 75, and tau is plus 14. So using the formula, find out maximum principal stress. Use this equation sigma x plus y by 2 plus under root of this sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Put sigma x, sigma y and tau here. Okay. Here this sigma y is negative, so carefully you put that particular sign here, negative. You will get the sigma max as a 49 by solving this, 49.57, and sigma minimum will be here only the negative sign compared to this particular first equation, and by solving this you will get the negative 76.57. Negative indicates it is compressive in nature. For the state of stress shown in the figure, what is given here for state of stress shown in the figure means for the same problem, determine the principal stresses, planes and maximum shear stresses on plane on which it acting, means you have to calculate first of all angle of plane. In the formula tan 2 theta equal to 2 tau upon sigma x minus sigma y. So use this, find out angle theta. So theta 1 is 6.4, so theta 2 will be 6.4 plus 90. Okay, and to find out tau max, use this equation. Okay, under root of tau max is also called as sigma t max. Okay, tau max and sigma t max both are same. Use the equation, find out tau max. See the problem 2. Here direct stress of 160 MPa tensile is acting, 120 MPa compressive exist on two perpendicular planes. The maximum principal stress at a point is 200 MPa. Okay, so maximum principal stress दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे, that is 200 Newton per mm square. And what must be the magnitude of shearing stresses acting on the two planes, and what will be the maximum shear stress at a point. So sigma s 160, sigma y minus 120, and what is given here? It is the sigma 1 maximum principal stress. So here it is not a tau. Here it is not a tau. It is wrong. It is sigma 1. You know that principal stress we are denoting by sigma 1. So here sigma 1 is given as a 200. You make that correction. Okay. So use first of all this formula, and as the sigma 1 is known, so use formula for sigma 1. Sigma 1 is nothing but sigma p1, sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus under root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. So here sigma 1 is given as a 200, so put that value as a 200. Solve it, here only tau is missing. By solving this you will get the value of tau, that is nothing but the shear stress, okay, that we have calculated. What must be the magnitude of shearing stress, and that shearing stress tau we have calculated here, okay. Now after knowing the shearing stress, you have to calculate tau max, maximum shear stress. So tau max will be equal to, or tau max is nothing but sigma t max under root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 bracket square plus tau square. Because tau is known now, you can put that value and find out tau max, okay. Because in the problem they have asked us to calculate shearing stress, that is tau, and maximum shearing stress, that is tau max. Both we have calculated. Now see the third problem. Here a plane of element in a boiler is subjected to tensile stresses of 400 MPa, means this is 400, 150 MPa in other plane at right angle, that at right angle means here, this is 150 MPa. The shearing stress is 100 MPa, shearing stress acting on the element is 100 MPa, and you can see it is given anti-clockwise. This is given anti-clockwise because this will rotate the element in anti-clockwise way. That's why here we must take a negative sign. Find the principal stress and their direction, and find the maximum and minimum, find the maximum shearing stresses. So to find the principal stresses means what? Sigma 1 and sigma 2. Use this formula, put all these values, find out sigma 1 and sigma 2. So don't confuse in principal stresses and normal and tangential stresses. Principal stresses means sigma 1 and sigma 2, means here you have to use this particular formula, and normal and tangential stresses means what? That we solved in the previous lecture. We have to use that particular equation, that is sigma x plus sigma y by 2 minus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 into cos of 2 theta minus tau xy sin of 2 theta. That formula is valid for normal and shearing stresses, okay, and this is valid for principal stresses. So you put all these values for sigma x, sigma y and tau, because all the three things are given. Solid will get maximum principal stress sigma 1 as a 435 and minimum principal stress as a 115 MPa. And you have to calculate angle also. So tan 2 theta 1 equal to, you put all these values and find out the angle also. Theta 1 is 19.32. So theta 2 will be 19.32 plus 90. Okay. And maximum shear stress, using the formula you have to calculate maximum shear stress. You might have noticed that the numericals of this particular points are very easy. So here there is a direct applications of the equation, but many times what happen, students are getting confused whenever it is asked to find out the principal stresses. You must use this equation for principal stresses, but students are directly using the equation of normal and tangential stress. Normal and tangential stress, sigma n and sigma t, formula is different. It includes cos 2 theta sin 2 theta term, okay, and for major and minor principal stresses, that is this sigma 1 and sigma 2, we are having the formula like this. Here theta is sin theta, cos theta is not involved in the terms. Whenever sin theta, cos theta are not there, it is called as the maximum and minimum principal stresses, and when sin theta cos theta are involved, that is called as the tangential and normal stresses, or normal and tangential stresses on the plane. Okay, so here you might have noticed that the problem of this type of nature are very simple. So here we are going to stop. You just go through few problems from the book, or I will give some problem for your assignment. Try to solve that problem as an assignment part. It will make your practice. Okay, so try to go through all the problem carefully, write down it on your notebook. If you are having any doubt, you can post me that particular doubt. Okay, so this is about the today's lecture. So have a nice time. So I am going to stop here. Thank you very much.